Hi everyone, and welcome back. Alex here with a Lego City update. You are currently looking at my downtown hospital. This is a mock building I made several years back. It's taken many shapes. This is the shape it is in currently, and the one that has lasted the longest. I have decided recently to rebuild this thing. I'm going to take it all apart. A lot of yellow pieces that I want to make white again, and I also have a lot of extra bricks that I've come across in recent years that I think I can make this a lot bigger. So nothing wrong with this the way it is right now, but I'm just going to take it apart and see if I can't make this a little bit bigger and better than it was before and better serve the Lego people around it. Okay, here we are on the other side of the hospital, and as you can see, when I made this, I made it as an open back. There's a couple ways you can make buildings out of Lego, and that's the first approach here is to just have it open in the back of it. That way you can access your minifigs and move them around and whatnot. The other option is to make it like the modular buildings, where you can lift it off in sections. So it's fully enclosed. You take the roof off, each section comes out, and that's what I'm going to go for this time around. I don't know if it's going to work out. We're going to try it because I don't really like this open back look, especially with the building here. So in the middle of everything, people see that, and it's kind of an eyesore. I do have my buddy Emmett here from the Lego movie. He's a professional at demolition. He's going to help us out. And of course, Josh right here, as always, he's always in for a good destruction job, right, Josh?
Yep.
All right, the Lego construction crew is on site working diligently on the foundation of the new hospital. Over here, we got some guys with jackhammers and their shovels getting rid of the old concrete. And over here, they already are pouring the fresh cement and smoothing it out for a nice start on the new foundation. Pretty fun stuff going on here. Of course, Emmett's here, and he's helping me out the best that he can. He's got his Lego instructions, as always. Unfortunately for me, I don't have any instructions for this project. I'm just going to have to wing it. That's a bad pun. So this should be really fun. So we'll check up on these guys later, and hopefully this new hospital will do the job. Hey, the new hospital is built, and it is placed, and it looks great, I think, anyway. Now, for as far as similarities go from the previous hospital, it has kept its traditional red and white colors. I know that's a little old-fashioned, but those are the pieces that I have, so that's what I went with. What's different is that it is a lot bigger. It kind of protrudes and kind of interferes into the gas station next to it. Try to make that work the best I could, but it looks all right. So we'll go ahead and start with the outside first. Alright, now this is the main entrance to the hospital. The previous hospital also had a red cross in the sidewalk, and I wanted to keep that going with this one. The only difference here is this one's a lot bigger. Now this is the side view. This is where the ambulances will pull up for emergency patients. I got a couple of them here. Let me move them out of the way. This is where the patient would enter with the personnel, and this is just an entrance for the average Joe. Put some red around here just to let everybody know that this is for ambulance only. Okay, and this of course is the other side. Not a lot going on here, just some windows and some doors. This is a door for customers or patients to walk into the waiting room, and this is for a door for personnel only. Alright, and this is the back of the hospital. Not a whole lot going on, just some windows, and you'll notice that there is a massive gap of Lego elements right here. That is intentional. I decided to put in an elevator, and this allows me to get that elevator in my hand and move it up and down to the appropriate floor that I need it to go to. So this is my first attempt at actually putting in an elevator in a Lego building. It's not the most smooth running, but it does work quite well. I'm pretty proud of it, and you'll see more of that when we get into the inside. Okay, just a quick look at the roof here. It's not my favorite, but I didn't want it to have just a boring flat look like the other one had. So I just had these sloping bricks and tiles to kind of give it a decorative edge around the building, very similar to the modulars. The modulars look really good, obviously, but this is kind of what I had to deal with. Maybe I'll change this in the future, but it's what I got for now. And I put this little roof over the special roof over the elevator shaft. And yes, these are my attempts at air conditioning units. And I put some satellites on it here just to look at make it look techy, of course, all that, communications and whatnot. So that is the roof. Now we get to take a look inside. Head inside. We'll just go ahead and pull off the roof here, which comes off similar to the modular buildings. We'll put it back over here, and we'll take a look inside the top. Okay, so here is the top of the third floor exposed. You can really see the inner workings of the hospital here. We'll start on this end. This is my lab. where I have a scientist and a chemist working on research and development. A lot of these elements you'll recognize from Research Institute. So nice little accommodations there. Pretty big room for them. And you'll see this is probably the biggest room in the hall. Okay, on the other side of the wall is the lobby. Just as they come out of the elevator right here, they can sit in these comfortable chairs. Here's a picture of it through the window itself. Pretty fun. And here is a little help desk person to help you on your way. We travel down the hall. We have this little hallway here. It goes all the way down. Some flowers at the end. You have these two rooms right here at the end. These are more long-term care patients. And so I try to make these as cozy as possible with a nice bed, a lamp, and a place to sit. And the other one's very similar. And so those are the two patient rooms. And then across the hall we have this corner office. It's got a nice little setup here. Could be for a doctor or a nurse's chart. Across the way here is a more private room, kind of a consultation room, where, I don't know, you can have counseling sessions or a doctor can break some bad news to people in private. So that is the upper floor, and I will now put this back down there. Now let's go ahead and take this section off and go to floor number 2. Okay, so the third floor is mother-baby, and all that's going on here is you have a nursery in this corner right here, and then a couple of mother's rooms. And the nursery has 3 stations for babies. Let me go on the other side here. And this third one right here is actually an incubator. Keep those babies warm. The foyer here from outside of the elevator is very similar to what you saw on the 3rd floor. And of course there is a nurse station right here. Let's see if you can actually see through the window. Cool. And then you go down the hallway. This is exposed, so when you walk through here you can see down into the massive waiting room. Or on this side here you can see where the doors are to the patient rooms. And the rooms are pretty basic, nothing special going on here. We got some a wall-mounted television, and that's it. Pretty basic accommodations there. So that's the 2nd floor. Oh, and this part comes off right here, so you can access the waiting room a bit easier, which is next. So that's mother baby. So we'll go ahead and I'll show you the 1st floor. Okay, now here is the bottom floor of the hospital. Now the main focus of the bottom floor was the waiting room. Whenever you go to a hospital, it's inevitable that you will wait. It's just the nature of the beast. So I wanted to make it really super nice, really big and spacious, put lots of windows in, which I've done here. So that is the waiting room. So when patients come in, they can come into this side door right here, and they just walk over to this nice lady right here at this desk and check in, give them their name, and then they can wait until their name is called, and ultimately they'll come through this door and announce your name, and that's just a wonderful time when it's your turn and your wait is up. And then you get to go sit in one of these little rooms right here. I do have a scale. This is a scale right here. You can't really see the decorative element there, but they always have to weigh you for whatever reason, see how fat you are. And these 2 rooms right here are the patient rooms, where they can come in and you can wait longer for the doctor to come see you. Pretty similar in shape and size and elements. This right here is the doctor's office, a little corner here, and little basic accommodations with a desk and computer. And on the other side here, just so you can see, this is where the authorized personnel would enter to go down this hallway. And this is the nurse's station right there. Sorry, it's kind of dark, guys. Apologize. And on the other end is just a closet full of narcotics or whatever the nurse or doctor might need for their ailing patients. Okay, so that is that side of the hospital. Right here is just the main entrance to reception. And of course I mentioned the emergency room entrance is right here. So this is the OR room, I guess you could call it. And so this is where you would enter and meet this nice lady with the very large syringe in her hand and get down to business. And on the other side here, this is the front, the main entrance here. I'll open these doors for the camera. And you are greeted by this lovely lady with the hospital sign over her head. And you can proceed down to the waiting room once you enter. Okay, well that is the bottom floor. Another note here to make is with the expansion of the hospital, I had to compact these little shops and restaurants together a little bit more. So those were moved a little bit, as well as the bike shop and cafe. I had to move that. It used to be right here. I decided since there's a lot of people who need transportation to a hospital, that'd be a good idea to have the bus station here instead of the bike shop and cafe. Now, so the bike shop and cafe did move. It moved to the other side of town. This is where the Grand Emporium is, and it sits right in front of my IKEA building. So that is its new spot right there. I had a lot of road plate just sitting around doing nothing here, so I decided to put the building right here. It's a pretty good fit, so that is where it is for now. Alright guys, well that is about it. I'm just going to put this thing back together now. Hope you enjoyed the video. This took a long time to put together. Remember, I don't claim to be an expert at building with Lego. I'm an amateur at best, but this was a pretty good challenge. It literally took almost all of my white bricks. I was scraping and scratching for white bricks there at the end, but it all came together quite nicely. So I appreciate any good feedback you guys might have. I think at this point it's about time that I made another complete overview. I think there's been enough changes that I think it's worth it to do that. So look out for that. I'll keep that going, and I appreciate your views, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this Lego City update of the new hospital. I had a lot of fun putting it together, and now I got to find another project to do. So thanks for watching. Take care. I'll catch you next time.